Walking your dog can help you lose weight and improve your health. But walking is important. Gathered some recommendations and interesting routes. Dog lovers will understand me, it is far from always desirable to go out for a long walk, and sometimes there is no desire to get out of the house at all. Rain, snow, slush, storm warning, volcanic eruption, you still need to go out for at least a few minutes. You have to go to small feats for the sake of your tailed or tailless. However, within the framework of a special project, together with experts, we prove that regular walks are not only sacrifices, but also a huge benefit for the well-being of both participants. Especially if you choose a cool route. How to walk the dog correctly. First, in order for walks to be enjoyable, it is important to understand their purpose. And it is not only about the dog going to the toilet and stretching its legs, although in bad weather it is exactly that. First of all, it is about the opportunity to learn how to interact with the pet correctly, to understand each other. Most of the time at home, the dog is in a passive state. This is not the way to build the right relationship. This means that you need to make maximum contact with the animal on a walk, in the game. Each animal has its own pace of walking. For example, walking large and active dogs, Husky, Samoyed, Labrador, Aussie, Border Collie, should last at least 2 hours. Dogs of small and decorative breeds, Spitz, Lap Dog, Yorkie, Dwarf Dachshund, will have enough for an hour. Puppies can walk for 15 minutes, but they need to be walked more often, 3 to 4 times a day. With an adult dog, it is enough to go outside twice. What are the benefits of walking a dog? 1. Walks prevent the development of physical inactivity, provide the dog with the necessary physical activity. 2. Provide communication with other dogs, and thus exercise the freedom of species-typical behavior, and teach the correct use of body signals. 3. They load mentally, give a lot of information. This prevents problems with psychological health, and also prevents boredom and destructive behavior at home. 4. Give the opportunity to naturally relieve themselves and leave marks for communication with other dogs. What is the benefit of walking for the owner? I think it's obvious that the very fact of having a dog in the house is already associated with the health benefits of its owner. And this is backed up by studies that show that pet owners make 15% fewer annual doctor visits. Another study in Baltimore and Seattle found that adults who walk their dogs regularly are less likely to be obese than their neighbors who don't have dogs. In addition, the American Heart Association has concluded that the presence of pets, especially dogs, in the home leads to a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. First of all, due to walking. Walking allows you to spend extra calories, reduce body fat, accumulate muscle, strengthen joints, and reduces the risk of developing many diseases. The need to walk a dog forms a healthy habit for its owner to walk daily. Accordingly, such physical activity is easier to maintain, and it is always maintained at a sufficient level. Daily activity allows you to look at dogs from a different angle, like an easily accessible simulator. But that's not all, because dog walking goes far beyond physical exercise. Daily walks with the dog normalize the biorhythm through the formation of habits and physical activity, which improves the quality of sleep. A healthy circadian rhythm allows you to get enough sleep, relieve accumulated stress and fatigue. Quality sleep is sure to have a beneficial effect on the nervous and cardiovascular systems of your body. Walking with a dog improves not only physical, but also mental, emotional, and social health, although few people think about it. They reduce the level of general stress, symptoms of depression, anxiety. Just in the fight against depression, walking can be especially effective and completely change the course of the disease, because it encourages you to leave not only the closed space, but also your state. Needless to say, you are guaranteed to experience a surge of happiness if your dog is happy. And even this is confirmed in studies. Respondents report such positive effects. In addition, walking your dog will inevitably lead you to conversations with other people, facilitating new social contacts. By the way, now you can find one wave not only with a pet, but also with other pet owners. Does walking your dog help you lose weight? Is a 20-minute walk enough for a dog? Most dogs can handle 20 to 30 minutes of walking daily if they are in relatively good body condition. Some dogs in excellent physical health can tolerate walks of up to 2 hours or go on hikes for hours. What to do with an overweight dog? If your veterinarian determines that your dog is overweight, you will need to create a weight loss plan. The two goals you should aim for are to reduce your calorie intake and increase the amount of time you exercise with your dog. Encourage your dog to exercise, starting with 10 to 15-minute walks each day. How can I speed up my dog's metabolism? A low-calorie, high-fiber meal plan can help boost your metabolism. Calorie restriction is important, but it's important to find a safe, moderate change with your veterinarian. If the dog's body thinks it's starving, it goes into starvation mode. Can you get rid of belly fat by walking? Walking is a moderate intensity exercise that can be easily incorporated into your daily routine. Walking more often can help you lose weight and belly fat, and has other great health benefits, including reduced disease risk and improved mood. Should dogs be walked every day? Physical exercise is essential for all dogs. This helps them stay in shape, but is also very important for their mental health. It is so important that all dogs walk every day to keep them happy and healthy. Going for a walk keeps your dog's brain active and helps them relieve stress. How many walks per day for a dog? In general, most dogs benefit from 30 minutes to 2 hours of physical activity per day. Source. On average, this is from 3.5 to 14 hours of walking per week. Many people divide this time into 2 or 3 walks a day. Can I overload a dog? If they are not accustomed to walking or playing for more than 10 minutes, suddenly waiting for more than an hour of activity can lead to injury and health problems. If they are overstretched, they may be resistant to exercise, or they may develop mobility problems, restlessness, and exhaustion, lethargy. How long should you walk your dog to lose weight? You should aim for a daily brisk 30-minute walk. You should be slightly perspiring while walking like this for a few minutes. Walking with the dog. One of the most enjoyable pastimes for the owner and the dog is walking together during the day. Walking releases energy, stretches and strengthens the joints. These walks are effective for dogs of all ages. This is the best kind of sport for your pet. But not only for him. Walking the dog will help you too. Walking with your pet, you actively move and burn calories, train the muscles of the whole body, and especially the muscles of the heart, and you are in the fresh air. In order for the walk to be useful for both you and your dog, here are some recommendations from veterinarians. How long should you walk your dog? Every dog needs daily walks, 3 per day is enough. If you reduce their number to 2, morning and evening, this can lead to diseases of the kidneys and urinary system. It is not necessary to make the walk too long every time. In bad weather, the duration can be reduced to 15 to 20 minutes. However, a long walk is recommended for dogs at least once a day. Younger and more energetic animals require longer distances than older animals because they move faster. If your pet is in poor physical shape, for a start it will be enough for him to walk no more than 20 minutes a day. You should start slowly, do not increase the speed until you feel that the pet is coping without much difficulty. All dogs love to go for walks. If your pet is a homebody, he is reluctant to leave his favorite rug, then he needs to be interested in something. Take toys with you, organize outdoor games. You can find your pet friends so that he can chat and frolic with them. On the street, you can also conduct classes to train your pet in various teams. Features of walking depending on the breed. Different breeds of dogs are suitable for different types of exercise and physical activity. Some, for example, Pekingese, are more suitable for calm walks. Others, for example, Dobermans, will do jumping, running and all kinds of active games. Here is an example of such a game. It's called the hunt for fleeing prey. Almost all dogs love to hunt for moving objects. Although they do not always bring the find to the owner. As prey, you can use a tennis ball, a ball, a toy mouse. This item should be large and preferably round so that the animal cannot swallow it or injure itself. Large dogs like St. Bernards are more fond of quiet walks, trots or quiet games. The best places for walking with dogs are parks and squares, but only in areas specially designed for walking. It is not allowed to walk dogs near playgrounds and children's institutions, schools, gardens. In the summer it is good to take your pet out to nature. Dogs love to run in the fresh air and swim in the water. Walking the dog at different times of the year. There are seasonal recommendations for walking with pets. In winter, be sure to make sure that your pet does not get cold. You should not let him wallow in the snow, bark loudly in the cold. If the ground is covered with ice, then we advise you to put on special shoes for your pet, as otherwise it may freeze its paws. You yourself should also remember to dress for a walk according to the weather so as not to catch a cold, but at the same time, count on the fact that you will be actively moving and do not wrap yourself up too much. In the heat of summer, don't forget that long walks in the sun can be exhausting for both you and your pet. Take 2 bottles of water with you for yourself and for the dog, because in the heat, be sure to drink water.